Welcome to the FishFlix.com Christian Movie Podcast. Every week we review a Christian film, informing you about the plot, letting you know our thoughts, and finally discussing how family-friendly the movie is. I'm your host, Noah Metzger. Please join me this week as we take a look at the movie Meant to Be.
I've always wanted to be a writer, like a novel writer.
So what's it about?
It's about a guy that's searching for his mother, and a mother that doesn't want to be found.
Is it autobiographical?
That's actually why I'm here.
Maybe losing my job is the push I needed. I just feel like there's gotta be a bigger purpose for my life. I just need to get a copy of my birth certificate.
Okay, is this your birth name?
I don't know. I was raised in foster care. I never met my mother. She gave me up for a reason.
You need to get over this.
You could be getting married about now.
Why can't you forgive yourself over this? God forgave you a long time ago.
Meant to Be is a film that released in 2013 by Pure Flix Entertainment. If you'd like to find out more about purchasing this film, you can visit our website at www.FishFlix.com. When 20-year-old Nathan Burr loses his career and his girlfriend, he questions his purpose in life. Compounding his struggle, Nathan grew up in a foster home and never met his birth mother. Nathan sets out on a quest to find his mother and somehow come to terms with her rejection of him. His journey begins by flying to the city where he was born. Upon his arrival, Nathan checks into a hotel and meets Maeve, the hotel's housekeeper. Encouraged by Maeve's wisdom and the help of a hotel guest, Shelley, Nathan finds the address of his mother, Linda Dixon. Linda is a social worker who agonizes over the decision she made with Nathan 20 years ago. In an effort to admonish the guilt of giving up her son, Linda is caught up in the life of a teenage mother, Tori, who is conflicted by the decision to abort her baby. When Nathan gathers the courage to meet his mother, he uncovers a terrible secret that totally redefines what was meant to be for his life. A few months back, I remember being asked what subject I was most passionate about. What was it that got me excited or provoked me to action? After thinking over it briefly, I remember answering the pro-life movement. Abortion has always been a subject I've been passionate about, and I was excited to learn about this movie, which advertises itself as a right-to-life parable. This movie follows a young girl faced with the option of abortion and an older woman who was faced with the option 20 years earlier. It shows a lot of pain and heartache that honestly gets pretty emotional at times. The filmmakers clearly designed this film to show a lot of the raw emotion and feelings that women faced with abortion experience. I enjoyed this movie a lot, and while it did get off to a pretty slow start, a surprising twist in the final act makes it all well worth it. The whole dynamic of the film changes, literally in an instant in the last 20 minutes of the film, and it leaves you with a lot to think about. Meant to Be also asks a bold question later on in the film. We see stories on the news of people showing up to riot at Planned Parenthood locations or abortion clinics. We see people taking a stand against abortion, verbally eviscerating the women going there for abortions. The film basically says that that's the lazy way to answer the problem. Rather than showing up to cut people down for trying to get rid of their mistakes, we should be extending a helping hand to support them through their mistakes. It's easy for us to show up and protest, but how about being willing to help these girls through their pregnancies? This movie makes the case that that is what we should be willing to do. That's what we need to do as Christians. I wouldn't say this film is perfect. It still suffers from a few flaws, especially in its pacing, and it really felt more like a rough cut than a finished product to me. But I would still say this movie is worth seeing, especially if you're passionate about the pro-life movement. This would be an interesting film to show to friends who may be questioning their beliefs about pro-life versus pro-choice. This movie certainly gave me a lot to think about. This film is mostly family-friendly, with no language to speak of. The only instance of violence is an abusive boyfriend who is only mentioned, never seen, and really the only thing to worry about here is the theme of the movie, abortion. This is a subject you will need to decide if you're ready to discuss with your own family. We also like to follow the Dove Foundation, which approves this movie for ages 12 and up. If you would like to find out more about Meant to Be, or would be interested in purchasing it, you can visit our website at www.FishFlix.com. There we have a vast assortment of Christian films you can learn about or purchase directly from our website. Thank you for joining us, and as always, please be sure to stay tuned as we bring you more reviews every week on the FishFlix.com Christian Movie Podcast.